Right, welcome to game number 9 out of 162 of this 1995 Braves replay. This is a championship year for the Braves, and replaying this using the game of dice baseball. We have our game engine chart, our teams. It's going to be the Phillies at Atlanta. This will be the second set of home games. So they had 2 games set with San Francisco before they hit the road and swept the Dodgers and the Marlins on the road. So 6-0 on the road trip. They come home and get some home cooking. And we'll see if they can beat the sort of outmatched Phillies. But in real life, they actually dropped 4 games. They went on a bit of a slide here. And we'll see how things go for them on the tabletop. Let's go through the starting lineups for the Phillies. It's going to be Lenny Dykstra in center, Mariano Duncan at second, Greg Jeffries hitting third and left, Dave Hollins, the first baseman, he'll be hitting cleanup. Darren Daulton, beloved Phillies catcher, he's hitting fifth. Charlie Hayes playing third and batting sixth. Dave Gallagher in right. Kevin Stocker is hitting eighth, and he's a shortstop. And pitching for the Phillies is Tyler Green. Green, an 8-9 record, 5.31 ERA. He did have 25 starts in 1995. He can go 24 batters. He'll be facing this Braves lineup. Grissom in center, Blauser at short, Chipper playing in left, Freddie McGriff hitting cleanup and playing first base, David Justice in right. Jose Oliva gets the start at third base. He'll bat at sixth. Javi Lopez is catching in this one. Mark Lemke at second base, and pitching for the Braves is Kent Merker. Merker, 7.8 ERA and 26 starts. 7-8 record. 4.15 ERA, and he can go 21 batters. So about similar style of pitchers, and we'll see if that leads to fireworks or if both can step up to the plate and pitch well in this game. We got our charts over here. We got our bench players and everything up here. We are all set and ready to go. And the first batter of the game is going to be Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra batted .264 in 1995. Left-handed batter playing center field. Famous playing for the Mets in the 80s. Toward the end of his career playing for the Phillies. He's facing off against the lefty Kent Merker. And right off the bat, we have a conditional check. So if the pitcher's average is less than 240, then it's a ground ball. And it's not. And so Lenny Dykstra, who had 1 triple, is going to triple down the right field line. And he is hustling into third. He slides head first and just beats the throw. And that's going to be a leadoff triple for Lenny Dykstra. So Dykstra standing at third. Mariano Duncan, the second baseman, .286 average, 3 homers, 23 RBIs, in limited duty, 52 games. 36 is going to be a hard grounder, and that is going to be, let's get our sheet up here, that's going to be an unusual play on the hard grounder, so let's see. We have an 8. A scorching 1 hopper to short. He can't field it cleanly. The throw is late to first. The batter is safe. All runners advance. Let's see. Should we give him a hit on that? I think we'll give him a hit on that. The official score says that's going to be a base hit. So single, infield single drives in the run. And just like that, 2 batters in, the Phillies are up 1-0. Brings Greg Jeffries to the plate. Jeffries also a former Met. Came up with the Mets as a rookie. He's got a 44. 44, if the pitcher's whip is less than 1, then it's a flyout. Otherwise, it's a single. His whip is 1.4, so that's another base hit. And Duncan goes to second. That's a base hit to right. The triple is to right. Duncan, not a fast runner, so we're just going to hold him there. And that's going to bring up Dave Hollins. Hollins switch hitting first baseman, batting right-handed against Kent Merker. Merker still nobody out. He's got 2 on. 26, this is going to be a strikeout, badly needed. And he is going to get Hollins swinging through a changeup. And he gets Hollins swinging for out number 1. Brings up Darren Dalton, the catcher. Lefty on lefty here. Try not to move this around too much, but 25 is going to be a line drive. That is to the third baseman, I believe. Nope, that's to left field. So it's a liner to left, and that's caught out in left field by Chipper Jones, who's sprinting in on it. He's going to make the catch. Nobody's going to move up. And 2 on now with 2 outs as Merker's trying to limit the damage. Charlie Hayes with the 3-run bomb in real life. Let's see what he does here. 26 is going to be a grounder, and that is to the first baseman. McGriff has it, tosses it over to the pitcher who's covering, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So the Phillies have a golden opportunity. They only get 1, and they take a 1-0 lead. And so we'll see if that comes back to bite them later in the game. It's going to be Tyler Green. He's facing off against Marquise Grissom, Jeff Blauser, and Chipper Jones. Grissom, right-handed batter. Standing in, 258 average with 12 home runs in 1995. 26 is going to be a ground ball that goes to third base. And it's going to be Hayes. Picks it and gets it over to first cleanly for out number 1. Brings up Jeff Blauser, the shortstop. Blauser, 211 average with 12 home runs, 31 RBIs in 1995. 34 is the pitcher's batting average greater than 299. It is not, so that's going to be a strikeout as he gets Blauser swinging through a curveball, and that'll be out number 2. Blauser goes down on strikes. Brings up the switch hitter, Chipper Jones, batting left-handed against Tyler Green. A 23 for Jones is going to be a deep drive. This goes out to straightaway left field. Back on his horse is the left fielder Jeffries, and just before the wall, he will make the running catch, and that's going to be out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Braves in the bottom of the 1st, and that's going to be a 1-0 lead that Philadelphia carries into the 2nd inning. Bottom of the order up for the Phillies, it's going to be Gallagher, Kevin Stocker, and the pitcher, Green. 56 is going to be a fly ball. That's down the right field line. Jogging over to the line, and it stays up long enough for Justice. He makes the catch for out number 1. Good start for Merker in the top of the 2nd inning. 26 is going to be a ground ball that goes to third base. Chipper 1 stop to his left. And he's going to fire to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Kevin Stocker is down on the ground out. Brings up Tyler Green, the pitcher. 34, are the pitcher's hits greater or less than 100? They are. He only has 8. So that's going to be a hard grounder instead of a single. That is a hard grounder to second base. Lemke is able to glove it and get it over to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Kent Merker as he takes care of the bottom of the order for the Phillies. It's going to bring up Freddie McGriff. Let me see his numbers there. It's going to bring up Fred McGriff. McGriff scorching hot. And let's see if he can continue that here. He did cool off a little bit in the last game. I think he had 1 hit. But he's been an RBI machine. He's going to strike out here. That's going to be a strikeout looking as Tyler Green gets him. And that's out number 1. Brings up the left-handed hitting right fielder, David Justice. Justice 253 average with 24 home runs in 1995. 36 is the average greater than 299. It's not, and so that's going to be a hard grounder, and that goes right to the third baseman as he takes that outside pitch the other way. Charlie Hayes again up to the task as he gets it over to first, and Justice is out, number 2. Jose Oliva getting the start at third base for the Braves. In left field is Chipper, and Oliva 156 average in 48 games 48 games played. He's got a 22. Are the balks greater than 1? They are, and so that's going to be a balk, which is a re-roll because obviously no one's on base. So 66. This is going to be are his wild pitches greater than 5? They are, and so that's another re-roll with nobody on base. Would have been really bad with runners on base. 56. That's going to be a fly ball. That's to straightaway right field. And out in right field is Dave Gallagher. And he is going to come down with it. And that's a 3-3 down inning for Tyler Green. 6 up, 6 down for the Phillies against the Braves offense, and looking good so far. 1-0 is our score. We head back to the top of the order for the Phillies. It'll be Dykstra, Duncan, and Jeffries. Lenny Dykstra with a triple and a run scored in his first at bat, back to lead off the game. 13 not so lucky here as he's going to ground out to the shortstop, Blauser. One step to his right, plants his foot, and he gets the speedy Dykstra. Although Dykstra with only 10 stolen bases has a good percentage, but only 10 steals in 1995. Like I said, he's getting to the end of his career in this year, so not quite the base stealer and speed that he had as a young man. Brings up Mariano Duncan. Duncan is 1 for 1 with an RBI. 16 are his hits greater than 130. They're not, so he is going to ground out to Chipper at third. And Jones with the strong throw across the diamond gets him for out number 2. Greg Jeffries stands in. Jeffries 1 for 1. 46 is going to be a grounder. That goes to Chipper again. And Chipper's up to it. 1-2-3 go the Phillies in the top of the third. They lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be the bottom of the order for the Braves. Lopez, Lemke, and Merker. 45, that's going to be a strikeout for Javi as he swings through the pitch. He can't connect, and that's going to be out number 1. Mark Lemke, the Lemmer, switch hitting batter. He's going to be batting left-handed against the righty Tyler Green. 15 is going to be a soft grounder. That's to the third baseman. Charlie Hayes charges it, barehands it, throws it to first, and he'll make the play on Mark Lemke for out number 2. 2 quick ones in the third for the Braves. Brings up the pitcher, Kent Merker. 26 is going to be another grounder. This time it's a little tapper out in front of the plate. And Darren Dalton jumps on it, throws out the pitcher running. And that's going to be another 3 up, 3 down. So far, no hits through 3 innings for Tyler Green. A very surprising start. We head to the top of the fourth. It's 1-0 Phillies over the Braves. Kent Merker will be facing off against Hollins, Dalton, and Hayes, so middle of the order for the Phillies. 15 is the pitcher's K percentage greater than 20. It's not, and so that's going to be a walk to the leadoff man, Hollins. Brings up Darren Dalton. Dalton, a 249 hitter. 9 homers, 55 RBIs. That's a 13. A 13 is going to be a grounder, normal grounder, and that goes to the second baseman with no sort of double play. A hard grounder is an automatic double play. A normal grounder is a fielder's choice. So we're going to take the fielder's choice on the lead runner, and we're going to go here, and we're going to say 4-6. So 1 out as they get the lead runner at second base, but Dalton beats out the throw. So we got Charlie Hayes coming up. Hayes is 0 for 1. He grounded out to first base his first time up. 35 is going to be a fly ball out to left center field. The center fielder Marquise Grissom ranges over, calls off Chipper Jones, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Brings up Dave Gallagher. Gallagher is 0 for 1. He flied out to right. He's got a 24 here. 24 is going to be a single as he gets a 2-out base knock, and that is right up the middle. And that will push the runner to third base with 2 outs. Runners get 1 extra base when there's 2 outs. And let's see if Merker can get out of this one. He's got runners at the corners with 2 down. And here's a triple chance. Stalker with 3, so he is going to hit a triple, and that's going to be a 2-run triple. That's a killer for the Braves as Stalker drives in 2 with that triple to center field. Misplay out there, and he's going to wind up with 3 bags and 2 RBIs. So Kent Stalker, just a 218 average in 1995 and 125 games, comes up with a clutch hit here. Brings up the pitcher Tyler Green. 45 is going to be a fly ball. This is to dead center field. Grissom is there. That's a can of corn for him. And that will be it for the Phillies in the 4th, but they put 2 more on the board, so 3-0 is our score as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Not looking so bueno for the Braves here early on, but there's plenty of time. So we got Marquise Grissom coming to the plate. 23, that's going to be a strikeout. So going down on strikes is Marquise Grissom. He's the first out of the inning. He's over 2. Blauser, a strikeout victim in his first at bat. 36, he's going to ground it hard, but it's going to go right to the first baseman. The first baseman is Hollins. He makes a nice play on it, knocks it down, throws it to the pitcher covering, and they just get Blauser by a step at first base. That'll be 2 down. Brings up Chipper Jones. Chipper flied out to left in his first at bat, deep left in his first at bat, just missed one. 25 is going to be a line drive, and that goes to right field. So coming in hard is the right fielder Gallagher, and he'll make the play out in right field. Another 1-2-3 inning, and so far I'm hoping to jinx him. Tyler Green, no hits through 4 innings, but I haven't jinxed him yet. I'm just going to keep talking about it until he gives up a hit. All right. This is probably Merker's last inning in the 5th. Lenny Dykstra to the plate. Dykstra is 1 for 2. He has a triple and a run scored. 36 is the batting average greater than 299. It's not, so it's going to be a hard grounder right to first base. Freddie McGriff makes a nice play. He's going to underhand it to the pitcher covering, and Merker steps on the bag for out number 1. Nice defensive play out there by the Braves. Brings up Mariano Duncan. Duncan 1 for 2 with an RBI. 15 is the pitcher's K percentage greater than 20. It's not, so that's going to be another walk. That's walk number 2 for Kent Merker. Last time he allowed a walk, it led to a big inning. Let's see what happens here for the Phillies. Greg Jeffries, probably their best hitter. 306 average, 11 homers, 56 RBIs in 114 games. 24 is going to be a deep drive. That's out to straightaway right field. The ballpark is going to hold it, and that's going to be an out. Squeezed by Dave Justice. Runner on first will not advance on a fly ball to right field. Only on a fly ball to left field. So that's going to bring out Dave Hollins. Hollins is 0 for 1. Strikeout and a walk. 22 is going to be, are his balks greater than 2? They are. And so that's actually going to be a balk. And that's going to send it's going to send the runner to second. And we are going to re-roll here. So runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. 46 is a grounder. Chance for double play if it were a double play opportunity, but it's not. That's just going to be a grounder to the limmer. He gets it over to first for out number 3. The balk doesn't hurt the Braves, and the Phillies strand 1 in scoring position. It's 3-0 Phillies as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. For the Braves, it'll be McGriff, Justice, and Jose Oliva. 35 is going to be a soft grounder that goes out to the third baseman, Charlie Hayes. Hayes comes in, he barehands it, he gets it to first, and that's another nice play from Charlie Hayes to get Fred McGriff at first. He's made a couple of good plays at third base. Dave Justice stands in. Justice is 0 for 1. Everybody's 0 for 1 in this game, except for these guys. They're 0 for 2. Still no hits given up by Tyler Green. Pretty impressive start for him. 5.31 ERA in 140 innings. Nothing particularly stands out about him. Not a great strikeout pitcher or not great with walks. So, I mean, he's got a perfect game going so far. I am trying to jinx him. 35, 2 of 5. It's going to be a fly ball that's out to right center field. Ranging over is the center fielder Dykstra, and he'll make the play for out number 2. 2 down in the 5th, and that's going to bring up Jose Oliva. Oliva, can you break the spell? A 36 is not going to do it as he grounds hard to the shortstop. And nice easy throw over to first, plenty of time. And Oliva is down for the 3rd out. We have a no-hitter through 5, and it's Tyler Green. Not a person I would have expected. So, we're going to send Merker out there for one more inning. Let's see if he can do it. 26 is going to be a strikeout for Kent Merker as he gets Darren Dalton looking. Only strikeout number 2 for Merker. He struck out Hollins back in the 1st. Brings up Charlie Hayes. Hayes is 0 for 2. 36 is the batting average greater than 299. It's not, and so that's going to be a hard grounder, but we have a rare play. So let's see. An 8. Scorching one hopper to short. It can't handle it. The throw is late to first, and that's going to be just like up here. We're going to call that another single as they're pounding the ball off of Kent Merker. That's going to be an infield single for Charlie Hayes. And he stands in, or he's at first with Dave Gallagher at the plate. Gallagher, right-handed batter against the lefty Merker. 34, are his hits less than 100? They are. So that's going to be a hard grounder. And this is going to be an inning-ending double play wherever it goes. It goes to third base. So Oliva, I think I've been saying Chipper's making the plays at third, but he's not. It's Oliva at third. Oliva gloves it. He's going to go 5 to 4 to 3 on the double play. We get a fielder's choice here. So out number 2, out number 3, and Merker's out of it just like that. With a hard hit ground ball to third, the Braves are able to turn it around the horn. And they are still down 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Going to get a pinch hitter here for Merker. That's going to be the end of his day, although a good start for him. 5 innings, 3 runs, all earned. And 3-0 is our score. Tyler Green carrying a no-hitter. A perfect game, actually, through the first 5 innings. Looks like it's going to end here. Javi Lopez with 14 home runs. Let's see. Are his home runs per 9 less than 0.4? They are definitely not. That's a 1. And so off of the Off of the pitcher's card, Javi Lopez goes deep. This one to left center field. And that finally breaks the no-hitter, breaks the perfect game, breaks the spell. And the Braves are on the board. 3-1 is our score with that Javi Lopez home run. Brings up the limmer, Mark Lemke. He is 0 for 1. His walk percentage is not less than 5, so that's going to be a walk. And Tyler Green might be slipping a little. Let's see if he can get through this. We're going to get a pinch hitter for Kent Merker. And that pinch hitter is Ryan Klesko. Going to try to go for it right here. Bobby is. So pinch hitter in the 6th. And let's see if Klesko can do some damage. A 16 is, are his hits greater than 130? They're not. So that's actually going to be a ground ball. And that goes to third base. Yes, that goes to third base. He's going to take the short way. So it'll be a fielder's choice at second for out number 1. So we're going to go 5-4 on that. So Klesko on with the fielder's choice. But he doesn't hit into the double play, which is good. Keeps the inning going. 1 in for the Braves and 1 out with a runner at first base. 14 is going to be a fly ball, but we got a rare play on this fly ball. So let's see what kind of thing happens here. Could turn the game. 6, a low line drive to left. The left fielder loses the ball, and he can't catch it. The batter goes to second. All runners advance 2 bases. So 1, 2, and Grissom is going to cruise into second base. As the left fielder, who is that? Jeffries, he can't find the ball out in left on that low liner, loses it, and everybody winds up safe. So the double for Marquise Grissom puts the runners at second and third. And it's going to be Jeff Blauser to the plate with 1 out. 13 is a foul out, and kicking himself is Jeff Blauser. He's going to foul out to third base, gets under a slider and pops it up to third, and that's going to be out number 2. The Braves have 2 on the pond. A base hit scores 2 and ties the game. Let's see if Chipper Jones can do some damage here. 46 is going to be a deep drive. He gets that one down the left field line. And going into the corner is Greg Jeffries, and he's going to make the play at the warning track as Chipper had the fans on their feet. They thought he got it, but just a little bit short. That would have been the go-ahead runs, or he would have been the go-ahead run. But instead, it's 3-1. Got a good one here with some scoring chances all around, and just can't bring it home. We're going to put Clontz into the game. Brad Clontz, he's come into 1 game, I think, so far, and he's going to come in here. So Clontz into the game, right-handed batter. We're going to get a replacement for Tyler Green. He was going only as far as he could go with the no-hitter. Clontz will be facing off against Stalker, the pitcher spot, and Lynn Dykstra. Stalker already with a 2-run triple. Are his hits less than 100? They are, so that's going to be a hard grounder to first. And McGriff is there. He's actually going to run it to the bag, and that's going to be out number 1. Nice play by Freddie McGriff. Going to get a pinch hitter for Green. Who do we have here for pinch hitting? Gary Varsho is a good one. Let's go with Gary Varsho. Left-handed bat off the bench. will be coming in to pinch hit in the 7th inning. 6 good innings from Tyler Green, as he's held the Braves to 1 run, which is something that not too many of the pitchers have done. Yeah, we're good to go. Brad Clontz against Gary Varsho. 35 is going to be a soft grounder that's out to short. Coming in hard on it is Blauser. He gloves and throws all in one motion, and he gets Varsho at first. Which brings up the top of the order, Lenny Dykstra. 13 for Dykstra. That's going to be a foul out. That's down the left field line. As he pops that one up, and just into foul territory is Chipper Jones, and he'll make the play at third. And that's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning for Brad Clontz. Nice relief appearance for him. And we're going to get a new pitcher for the Phillies. New pitcher, where they're up 3-1. Let's go with Toby Borland. They have a Borland, Batalico, and Slocum 7th, 8th, 9th. So let's see if that holds for them. Borland comes in the bottom of the 7th. He'll face off against Fred McGriff, Dave Justice, and Jose Oliva. 13, this is going to be a foul out. This goes to the catcher, as McGriff pops this one up behind the plate. And that's going to be an easy out for out number 1. McGriff goes down for the 3rd time in this game. Dave Justice, the right fielder. 35 is going to be a soft grounder that goes to the 3rd baseman, right? Yeah. Soft grounder to the 3rd. Charlie Hayes comes in. He gloves it, he throws, and he gets Dave Justice at first. So some weak contact from the middle of the order for the Braves here in the 7th inning. Not exactly what you're looking for. Jose Oliva, here's a 13. That's going to be another foul out, but this time we've got a rare play. And we do have rare plays for our foul outs. Let me pull that up. Don't get to do too many of these. A 10. Hit into foul territory on the right side. The first baseman is after it, and he makes a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch on the run. Nice play down the right field line by Greg Hollins over the shoulder, and that's going to be a foul out to first. So 2 foul outs and a soft grounder to 3rd, and that's all she wrote for the Braves in the 7th inning. We head to the top of the 8th, 3-1 Phillies, and they are going to come to bat. Let's go ahead and leave Clontz in there for one more inning, see if he can get through it. He's facing off against Duncan, Jeffries, and Hollins. 14 is going to be a strikeout. Nice pitch from Brad Clontz as he gets Hollins looking. He gets Duncan looking. Duncan now 1 for 3. Jeffries also 1 for 3. 26 is going to be a grounder. That's a little ground ball out to second base. Lemke, no problem there as he gets it over to first. Jeffries now 1 for 4. Brings up Dave Hollins, the first baseman, switch hitter, hitting left-handed against Brad Clontz. 16, are the pitcher's hits greater than 240? They are not, and so that's going to be a walk. So Clontz with his first walk. Puts Hollins on. Hollins, his second walk of the day, is 0 for 2, but he does have 2 walks. Brings up Darren Dalton, the catcher, 249 average in 1995. 46 is going to be a deep drive. This goes out to right center field. On his horse is Grissom, and he is going to get there on the run for the catch, and that saves a run in the 8th inning. Down go the Phillies. They leave 1, and they are up 3-1 in this one. And they're going to bring in a well, we're going to have to pinch hit here. Well, we're going to pinch hit for the Braves. That's what we're doing. All right, they're going to bring in a new pitcher. they're going to go with their 7th, 8th, 9th plan and bring in Ricky Bottalico. Also a Norm Charlton sighting in the bullpen, 7.5 ERA, not so good. Ricky Bottalico, hard throwing right-hander. So Borland goes 1 inning. Bottalico comes in. He's going to be facing off against the bottom of the order, and that'll set up potentially Heathcliff Slocum to come in and shut down the top. Braves not much offense in this one. It'll be Javi Lopez, Mark Lemke, and the pitcher spot. 35 is going to be a soft grounder that's out to second base. Lopez with the 12 hopper to second, and that's going to be out number 1. No problem there for Mariano Duncan. Brings up Mark Lemke, switch hitting second baseman for the Braves. 14 is going to be a strikeout. So nice pitch by Ricky Bottalico as he gets Lemke swinging through a fastball. Bottalico, 87 Ks in 87 2/3 innings. Can definitely bring the gas. We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Let's bring in Dwight Smith. He's been relatively successful. And let's mark him here. All right, so Ricky Bottalico against Dwight Smith, the lefty. 56, that's going to be a fly ball out to right center field. Ranging over is the right fielder, and that's Dave Gallagher making the play in the gap, and that will be out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down inning for Ricky Bottalico. Nicely done by him. We need a new pitcher for the Braves. Let's bring in Greg McMichael, see if he can keep it close. Everybody playing this one like it's a tie ball game. Get 2 innings out of Klontz, and that brings in Greg McMichael, the side-arming right-hander for the Braves. 2.79 ERA in 80 innings pitched. He'll be facing the bottom third of the order. So Hayes, Gallagher, and Stalker. 46, that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. The third baseman is Oliva. He'll make the play to first base. McGriff squeezes it for out number 1, and that is it for Charlie. For Charlie Hayes. Charlie Hayes 1 for 4 on the day. Dave Gallagher up now. 56 for Gallagher will be a fly ball that's down the left field line. Chipper, with plenty of time, it hangs up for him, and he catches it right at the line, and that's going to be out number 2. Dave Gallagher now 1 for 4. Brings up Kevin Stalker. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run triple back in the 4th inning. 36 is going to be hard grounder to shortstop. Up the middle, it's Blauser who makes the catch. He spins, he throws to first, and he gets Stalker by a step. And that's going to be a 3 up, 3 down inning for Greg McMichael. Nice relief from the Braves. 3 innings of scoreless relief. And that keeps the game at 3-1. Let's see if the Braves can come back on the... let's see if they can come back here in the 9th inning. Phillies are going to send out Heathcliff Slocum. Slocum with the save opportunity. He had 32 of those in 1995. And he'll come in here against the top of the order. It'll be Grissom, Blauser, and Chipper Jones. And let's see what the Braves can do. 46 is going to be a deep drive that goes out to right field. The right fielder is Dave Gallagher, who's going back on it. He reaches up at the last second, and he'll make the play at the warning track. Nice play in right by Dave Gallagher as he robs Marquise Grissom of extra bases. Could have been 3 right there for the Atlanta center fielder. But instead, it's out number 1, and that brings up Jeff Blauser. 23 is going to be another deep drive. This one down the left field line on his horse is Greg Jeffries, and just before the warning track, he's going to make the play as the Braves are pounding Heathcliff Slocum, trying to get the ball out of the park, and everything just a little bit short. Let's see if Chipper can keep the game going. A 26 is going to be a grounder, and that's to the third baseman. Charlie Hayes, nice clean pick over to first, and a 3-up 3-down inning will do the Braves in as they lose this one 3-1 in a nice pitcher's battle with Merker and Trent Green. What's his name? Tyler Green. Trent Green is a quarterback. Tyler Green is a pitcher. All right, so that's it for this one. The Braves lose. They now drop to 6-3. They now drop to 6-3, and just like in real life, they lost this game to the Phillies. So hopefully they can put things together for the Phillies in the next game. I don't know if it's Schilling going in the next game. He's going in one of the next two games, Schilling is. So you get a chance to see a young Kurt Schilling when he was with the Phillies. And boos rained down upon YouTube. Most people don't like Kurt Schilling very much. All right, but yeah, that's it. So the Phillies get an RBI single from Mariano Duncan, and they get a 2-run triple from Kevin Stocker in the fourth, and that's the scoring for the Braves. It was a solo home run by Javi Lopez, cranked one out to left, and at the time that ended the perfect game from Tyler Green, and just weren't ever able to put anything together against this Phillies bullpen. And that's all that she wrote for the Braves in this one. So they dropped to 6-3. If you want to play the Game of Dice Baseball, you can go to thegameofdicebaseball.com and pick up several seasons from the 60s and 70s right now, working on the 1980s decade. And that should be out pretty soon. I thought I was going to have more time this weekend, but jam-packed weekend, so didn't get a chance to work on that. The next game will be the Phillies and Braves, so they got a 4-game set here. And stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button, and if you click the little bell icon, then you'll be notified anytime I post new videos. I usually post once or twice a week, so if you want to let that be known to you instead of having to remember and come back all the time, click that little bell icon after you subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That's one of the easiest ways to support me and to support this game. I have several other games as well. On Base Baseball is one. You can go to onbasebaseball.com and see a few of the baseball games that I do that are not this one. Quick Pitch, is a full play pitch-by-pitch baseball or play-by-play baseball, baseball game. And that is from the pitcher and defense perspective. So everything is controlled by the pitcher, which is an interesting way to play, but lots of stats on the cards, and easy to play, not difficult to play, but provides a unique perspective on the game when everything is determined by the pitcher, and makes for some interesting strategic choices that you have to make as far as pitching is concerned. That's quickpitchgame.com. I also have a basketball game called Up Tempo Basketball, which kind of it can be a quick play game. It can be a medium play game, just kind of depending on how you play, whether with team cards or individual. And you kind of get to choose your level of play with that one. So how deep do you want to go? How quickly do you want to play? And those are pretty cool. I got seasons from the 80s, 90s, 2000, and last year's NBA season. And also a couple of 1970s ABA seasons. So if you're into the ABA, have some seasons for that as well. So everything is in the 3-point era. No seasons before the 3-point era. But really fun game, quick paced, but also kind of a full play basketball game, just not 3 hours worth of full play of basketball game. And I'm working on a football game called No Huddle Football. So if you're into football, American football, not soccer, football, But that should be coming out, I think, in the summer. I've been kind of working on the 2022 season slowly but surely. So I know everybody's getting all juiced up and excited about the draft, and so football's kind of in the news right now. But I think those teams will probably be finished by training camp in the summer, and that's sort of my target goal. I've got 3 of the AFC divisions completed already, and working on the 4th. So almost halfway finished, and I'll keep everyone updated on the progress there. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm working on a new basketball game. People probably don't, well, I won't say you won't, but this is the cards for a new basketball game I'm doing. You can see here the size of the cards. So significantly bigger card, and I'm not going to be able to give you those photos or sell you the game with those photos, but hopefully I can put a little place in there, like if you want to use the photos you can. So that's going to be called Triple Threat. I think that's code name Triple Threat Basketball. That'll be a little bit more of a full play game where you can determine makes and misses and turnovers and rebounds and assists and all that kind of stuff. So creating the creating the scorecard that we're going to need to use for that, because it's going to have a little bit more to it than the up-tempo scorecard, because it's going to have a place for fouls and rebounds and such. So making that scorecard, and once that scorecard is completed, maybe I'll probably invite a couple of people to user test it. Right now it feels like the game engine is working really well, and it's got a decent flow to it. Although it's going to, with so many roles, it's going to take a little time to play, a little bit more than up tempo. So maybe a more full play, traditional kind of basketball game, but hopefully easy enough to play like most of my games. Or the game of Dice Baseball, obviously very easy to get out and roll. It's an homage to like classic dice rolling games from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whenever you just used to roll dice with your friend and play games. I'm hoping at some point to pull out some baseball cards and just put a couple lineups together and show you how you can use actual baseball cards with the game engine in order to play this game as well. So that might be just kind of a fun experiment and a fun little thing to do. But you could use fictional teams if you wanted to come up with some fictional teams. You can use, I'm planning to do women's teams, Korean baseball league, Japanese baseball league. So lots of different things, maybe even the WBC, if I can get around to it or find those stats after they're finished. So should be an interesting road ahead for the game of Dice Baseball. I'm trying to crank out seasons as I can, but got a full-time job and a full-time family. And this is not the only game that I do. I've got lots of games in the hopper, and creating seasons for those as well. So thank you for everybody who supported the game so far. Almost 100 purchases in the first 6 weeks. So that's pretty good for my games. And if you want to help the game even further, just share it. If you're inclined to play this and then post it on social media, post your results, post the cards, post how you feel about the game. That always helps, and it always creates trust with others who haven't started to play the game yet. So that's definitely super helpful. But the easiest way is to just click that like button, and that tells Google, hey, this is good content. You should probably share this with other people whenever they're looking for things that are similar. And that's one way that it begins to grow as well. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.